Right people, so back with another GTI video today. I know it looks like we're in like a wasteland or something like that, but I'm just at the back here. Car sitting there nicely, still hasn't been cleaned by the way. We are going to take it for a drive today to set like a baseline, because this first week's mainly been about sort of giving you guys an idea of what it's like in its current state. So we did the collection, then we did the everything that's wrong with the car. Bit of wildlife back here, man, it's weird. But yeah, like I said, collection's done, walk around is done of all the rust and broken bits on it. But today is like a video dedicated to the drive of it. Now I know some of you guys might not want to see a driving video because we're going to get like the GoPros out and stuff like that, but I think it's important for say future reference, or say 6 months down the line you can come back to this video and see how it's driven like at this current state. We are going to do that in a bit. We're going to head over to some country lanes that I'm familiar with, but we're not going to push the car too much because yeah, it's got nearly 200,000 miles on it. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, basically this is my new project car. Subscribe as well if you like project videos on a Mark 5 GTI with many miles on it. It's had a hard life. But yeah, first, before we do that though, got a few little orders of business. Alright, so the first order of business is removing these badges. They're just wrong. It's just annoying me, so I thought we'll do that before we get out for the drive. Simple case of just using a bit of fishing line. Nothing too difficult. Just like that. Obviously not stuck on very well. No problem. Done. Right, and the next one, the biggest culprit. There shouldn't be a golf badge on a GTI. It should just say GTI on the left. But yeah, this was just a standard SE tailgate with the golf left on, and they just stuck a GTI badge on. But same again, and that's got much strength in terms of the glue. Fishing line. Don't worry too much about the little glue that's left. It's a £2,000 car, so we can sort that out later. It is a project car, but it's like a rough and ready kind of project. We're focusing mainly on the performance. That's all to come. Of course, this is the first week I've had the car, so it's more about just getting you guys familiar with what we're dealing with. At the moment, clearly we're dealing with badges, so great progress as you can see. Just keep threading it through. It's just strong fishing line. You can get it off Amazon. Of course it looks quite plain now, but at least no one's going to mistake it for a replica or anything like that. We've got the two exhaust pipes there and the slightly different rear valance kind of thing, but yeah, still a bit of a shed at the back. These little things make all the difference, man. Right, so another order of business before we go for the drive. I actually found out yesterday when I was maneuvering this car that it has a tire pressure monitor. Look at that fantastic startup beast of an engine. It goes to show what sort of tech you get on such a cheap car. It's still a GTI after all, so yeah man, I was kind of surprised. I wasn't expecting that light to flash up. We all will do, we'll check all the pressures. I'll probably just put 30 in all of them. I think it's a case of one of them is just dropped by a couple of PSI, because there doesn't seem to be any visual puncher, but we'll find out anyway. Even my tyre inflator is by Michelin. That Michelin sponsor may be in 5-10 years time, yeah. The thing is, I'm filling up Bridgestone tyres, not of my choice, but you know, can't do anything about it. They all look fine, but yeah, we'll just do them anyway, just as precaution. We'll also check if these power outlets are working. Right, I always make sure to leave the door open even when the engine's off as well, because a lot of you guys did say it's quite easy to get locked out of a Mark 5 GTI, and we don't want that happening. Right, where is it? Right, let's see. Let me know if you guys do like all these little things I'm adding in instead of just cutting straight to the drive, because this is exactly what I'm doing before I go on and get all the GoPro stuff anyway, so I thought I might as well show you. It's even got Volkswagen little tyre caps. Right, 26.5. Put that up to 30, we'll let that get done. I know there's probably different correct exact ones, but to be fair, 30 all around is fine, man. Nothing bad's gonna happen. The rear, I'm glad you guys confirmed that these are the factory paint in the previous vlog, because I wasn't too sure. I was thinking these red brake calipers are too bright for OEM paint, but I stand corrected. That winter tire tread though. You know, the one issue I got now, it's only Feb, but the temperatures have gone way above 8 or 9 degrees, so winter tires are normally best below like 7-8, and this isn't the optimal temps. Wow, 10 psi off. One thing before we head out though, now that the badges are off, we need to get a sticker on the back saying GT or something like that, something funny. Still got the little etchings there, but yeah, the new name of the car should go there, man. GTI was a high voted one in the previous one. It's just a bit of fun anyway. We are going to get cleaned soon too, because yeah, it's just disgusting at the moment. Right, so I think that does it for the errands. Little checkups and stuff like that. I'm currently in a conversation with a couple of companies in regards to, say, mapping the car, putting parts on it, because I want to work with a few different, like, say, local companies and stuff like that, just to get a lot of people involved with the build, because I know a lot of you Mark 5 owners are following it, so I want to get the best information for you lot, and also just have fun with it and just meet a lot of people through it. You know, all these groups and stuff like that, because that's the beauty of having a car like this. There's so much more of a reach to it, because like I say, I've got the M2, but it's a lovely car, it's stunning and everything, but the thing is, it's a very limited audience in terms of, you know, it's not everyone has that kind of car. But yeah, I have just as much fun in these things, trust me. I was out in it yesterday. Yeah, it's a proper little tool, this thing. I've even had a couple of parts come through that I ordered, but I'm not going to put them on just yet. For example, we've got the replacement cam follower, quite a common fault on the Mark 5 GTIs and any car with this engine in the Volkswagen group. We've also got a replacement PCV valve, but they haven't sent me the rubber gasket, so need to get that sorted. It's all OEM parts, but yeah, those are going to be separate installation videos. One thing with this car though, even if it doesn't require certain bits, we will get them done just to do like installation videos, because I want it to be as helpful as possible. But yeah, it's got nearly 200,000 miles on it, so I'm pretty sure most of the components are on their way out. It's like its regular stuff, like, you know, DSG oil changes regularly every 45k at main dealer, oil change, engine oil change every 5k. What else is it? It's had 2 cam belts done, it's had 2 water pumps done, but you know, stuff like a PCV valve and the cam follower, I don't think it's had it done. But what we'll do now, we'll head out on some country roads like I said we were going to do, and yeah, just get a little brief drive of the car. We won't push it too much like I said, but yeah, we'll just show you what it's like. Right guys, so here we are in the beast, finally got into some back roads. The car hasn't blown up yet and the tyres haven't fallen off, all of that good stuff. I am going to go over some of the problem areas that I have come across in terms of the drive, because in the previous video I showed you like more of a visual inspection, but yeah, there are some issues with the way it drives, but nothing too, you know, red flag wise, you know, like, oh, you shouldn't drive it. I mean, we'll find out anyway. But yeah, in terms of like cruising, it just drives like a normal Golf. Like, you leave it in D, the DSG works totally fine. It just slurs gears nicely together. It doesn't really make a fuss or anything like that. The exhaust is pretty quiet. I mean, if I show you now, the car is all warmed up as well. And look, vacuum cleaner. It's a bit lazy below 3000 RPM. Now that could be due to a number of things. In my previous video I did highlight this issue. I said that below 3000 RPM this car is quite, it almost feels like a bit of a dead spot, as in something's restricting the car. It doesn't feel like turbo lag, it feels like something else. Some of you guys said it could be a faulty MAF sensor, and a few others said it could be the diverter valve. This car has probably got its original diverter valve on it, so it's probably got a really old revision of it and it's probably packed up by now. A lot of the parts on this car are the original things, as mentioned earlier. But yeah, so once those things are done, I might put the latest OEM revision on, or I might do an aftermarket one. Yeah, once we've done that and a few other bits, maybe they'll come back alive. But say if I drop it to second now, we're already at 3000 RPM and I floor it. There's a bridge here too. It's still very much a GTI. It doesn't hang around, it just gets going. Just because this car is like £2,000 and it's got almost 200,000 miles on it, doesn't mean it's falling apart. You know, touch wood, not yet anyway. But look at that. You still can have a lot of fun in it. Every time I get in it, I just feel happy driving it. It's like a car, you don't have to worry about it too much or anything like that. But yeah, mechanically, so far it seems to be the case that it's just the kind of dead spot below 3000 RPM. I'll try and demonstrate it to you, but if you stay above 3k, it's like it's in your state of VTEC almost. Yeah, carries on pulling nicely. It still very much does feel like a 200 horsepower car almost, and we'll get it on the dyno soon. That is a video to come to see exactly how much power it's lost. In terms of like handling, it is a bit loose, I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit, you know, you can hear the suspension making noises and stuff like that, because I did have a look at the previous inspection. We're just heading through some really tight bridge here. So you can get a GTI through here. The road is actually a perfect place to demonstrate. I'll kind of shut up for a second. If you try to listen, you can hear it's like quite loose. there's a lot of travel, and I think some of the to be honest here, I say some of the bushings, irrespective of the condition that they're in, I'm going to refresh the suspension on this car and get all the stuff looked at, because I haven't actually put it on the ramp just yet. That's part of the reason why I don't want to send the car too much today, because you never know, like, I don't actually want this car to blow up, you know. It's like on a level, like, I actually really enjoy this car, so I want it to last at least, you know, a couple of months or something like that. Yeah, but look at that, floor it now, gets going. Once you're above 3k, plenty of power. And my basis for comparison is a lot of fast cars that I've done on the channel. Right, there we go, in the power band. Steering is okay, like it turns, which is good. You know, car turns, that's always a good sign. Brakes have been done recently as well. I've checked the invoices that I had with the car when I bought it, and I believe they were done late last year. I don't really know how these are going to fare on track. They're probably going to need to get changed out again. But now there is one other noise that I want you guys to diagnose, almost like in the comment section. When I'm on gas at lower RPM or lower speeds, it whirs like, you know, like an old 1.9 TDI like PD engine. You know, when you hear the turbos on them, it sounds a bit like that. So I don't know if this turbo's on its way out, because it is the original turbo, so maybe it is. But if you can hear that, it's properly like whistling. It's quite strange. I don't know if that's either another little part that I need to change, or one of the things I've already mentioned, or it could be just the turbo on its last legs. But apart from that, drop a cog, second gear. Still a GTI. Trust me, it's surprising how quick this car is. Like, I'm not just saying it because I've spent money on the car and I'm trying to gas it up. Brakes are good too. Bit surprised at you, mate?
Yeah, bro.
Nah, on a level, this car is a really fun car to drive. This is my favourite road, yeah, that I'll take a lot of cars on, mainly MQBs. And even with this loose suspension that feels like I'm sitting on a sofa, it's still going down the road pretty briskly, I'm not gonna lie, because it's not getting thrown off. It is, the body's kind of a bit of a mess right now, like it's leaning, like, look here, I'm trying to stay here, but the seats are supportive. Another good thing, my S3 didn't have proper supportive seats, and that's a 2017 car. Second gear, we're off. What a car for the money, man, what a car. Right guys, so I think what we'll do, we'll wrap up the video here. That was a good look at how it drives. Like I said, this video is more about, you know, looking back on it in 6 months down the line and seeing how the car's progressed. Like I showed you, definitely is a very fun car still. You can literally just take the mick around these bends, like it just hangs on and carries on, even on winter tires. But yeah guys, make sure to subscribe as well if you're new here, because there's going to be a lot more sort of build style videos. We're going to get on the dyno soon and needs the inspection done as well. Make sure to drop a like as well if you did enjoy it, and also check out my Instagram for a lot more behind the scenes content. And yeah guys, I'll see you in the next video.